Hello everyone, Ryuk here, and I'm back. It's been a while since I did one of these vlogs, and today we are doing something really cool. So recently, I finished these games.
What the hell is even that?
Yes, I finished all the classic Tomb Raider games, made by Core Design and remastered by Saber Interactive, and destroyed by Aspyr. I thought that we should probably talk about all the games, rank them, and make a tier list. I really liked all of them, but there were definitely some that I liked more than others. Shout out to Aspyr Media for destroying this game, and it's been 5 months since I last did that vlog talking about how they fucked this game. They still have not managed to fix it. It's fucking incredible. They did a couple of updates and it is a little bit better I guess now, but it's still a fucking mess. They were not able to fix their mistakes without Saber's help. I would have never thought this would happen. Why did you rely on fuckers that make mobile games and AI slop for your update? This is all I have to say. Thankfully, I do have the hard copy of the game, so I was able to play without the stupid glitches. One of my real-life friends told me that he did get the games for free when they went up on PS Plus, and he told me, oh my god, these games are garbage compared to the PS1 games. They are so fucking glitchy. And I told him, oh my god, what are you missing? I told him, one day, if you want to play these games with the respect they deserve, you need to let me borrow you the disc. What a shame that people are going to download the games and they see all the glitches and they will think the remasters are terrible. All of Saber's work wasted. Fuck off Aspyr and fuck off Magic Media. Saber Interactive has said that they will work on remasters of the original Hitman games, and I fucking love those games, so I can't wait to get my hands on that. And it will be the same thing as the Tomb Raider remasters. You can press a button and switch to the old and new graphics. I bet the remasters will be much better compared to the Tomb Raider remasters, because they don't have to be held back by Aspyr's idiocy. Here is my background on the Tomb Raider series. I never played the games before this, but I did own all of them when I was a kid. I think I had the PC versions. I was so fucking bad at them, I could never get past the first couple of levels. What I did mostly was just fuck around in the Croft Manor levels, and maybe I completed the first few stages of each game. This is as blind of a playthrough as you can get. The only game that I did play when I was a kid and managed to finish is this one, Tomb Raider Chronicles. I had no idea what I was doing most of the time, but I had a lot of nostalgia for these games, even though I never finished them. By the way, I got married. Before anyone says in the comments, I was able to redeem myself. Since I was never able to finish them, these playthroughs were kinda like my redemption arc. Now that I am older and a better player, I was finally able to finish these games. And the first game that we started with, of course, is Tomb Raider 1. It's definitely a very strong start for the franchise. However, a lot of people say that this game is S tier, a masterpiece, and I'm not exactly sure if I agree with that. The ambience is fucking amazing. Every level has got some great ambient tracks, as scary as a fucking horror game sometimes. Very immersive, you are always alone, stuck in some kind of cave, ruin or whatever, and the immersion and the atmosphere is top tier. Definitely amazing. The difficulty is pretty challenging, but it's not complete bullshit. If you play this game first, it seems very difficult, but compared to the other games, the difficulty in this game is a joke. If I went back now and played this again, I would find this game to be a joke. I think this game set out to be a tutorial. Obviously, since it was the first one, they could not make it insanely hard or anything. I want to put this game in the B tier. I have a couple of issues with this game. I think this game is kinda repetitive. The locations that you explore in this game, they get old really fast. I don't think there's much visual variety in the levels in this game. Sometimes I struggled to keep playing this game because I was just fucking bored sometimes. The first few levels are in Peru. Every fucking level in that set of levels is a grey cave. Sometimes you see a little ruin that is a bit more colorful, but it's just grey caves as far as the eye can see. Then we get to the second set of levels, the Greek levels, and all the Greek levels are just a brown cave. Brown temple, everything is brown. It was definitely less repetitive than the Peru levels, but oh my god. The Egypt levels are yellow. Yellow as far as the eye can see. You are constantly into tombs in this game. There's never any variety. It's tombs from the start of the game all the way to the end. That shit was so fucking boring. I really prefer when I have a lot of variety in the locations that I explore. I know that this sounds silly, because I'm talking about a game that's called Tomb Raider, and I'm complaining about too many tombs. But holy fuck, they really should have put some levels to break the exploration of the tombs a little bit, because this game, you start in a tomb and you end in a tomb. This game does get better as you progress. Once you get to the Greek levels, it gets better, and when you get to Egypt, I think that's when the game really starts to get going. The Egypt levels are really good, and less visually boring. The final set of levels is godlike. Holy shit, I would say they are the best levels in all of the franchise. Atlantis is an horror level, it's fucking awesome. You go inside this pyramid and everything looks fine, and then after a while things start to mutate and it starts to look like you are inside a creature. The walls are pulsating, cocoons on the wall that goes to monsters and shit. I'm a big horror game fan, so this final level was so fucking creepy and scary. I fucking loved it. It was amazing. One last thing that I have to say about Tomb Raider 1. I heard people say that the cistern level is the worst level in the game. What the fuck are you guys talking about? That shit was fucking awesome. First of all, it was not brown. Every fucking level in the Greek section was fucking brown, but the cistern was another color, so that is already a big advantage. And second of all, that shit with the water level is great. It's a great gimmick. I really liked this level. It reminded me of the water temple from Zelda Ocarina of Time. You have to manipulate the water level to get the keys and shit. That was really good. Tomb Raider 2 might be my favorite out of the first trilogy of remasters. First of all, this game had a much better craft manner. The first game has got a very basic craft manner with nothing to explore. It's just like a straight hallway where you learn the game controls. But in this game, in the craft manner, you can explore and it's fucking huge. I remember when I was a kid, I messed around in this level for hours. It was so fucking fun. Second of all, this game fixes most of my gripes with Tomb Raider 1. Great variety of environments. The first level is in China. I heard people say that the first level is insanely hard or something. I have no idea. I did not find it hard at all. Sure, there were a lot of traps. But if you play the Tomb Raider 1, it's nothing you don't know how to handle. So I think the people that say that probably played the Tomb Raider 2 first and skipped the first game. The reason why they might find this really hard, these three games continue the difficulty curve of each other. Tomb Raider 1 is challenging but also kinda easy. Tomb Raider 2 is much more difficult, and Tomb Raider 3 is Kaizo Tomb Raider. Fucking hate that shit. The second set of levels is fucking awesome. You go in Venice, you go in Italy. Now, I never been to Venice in real life, but I do know how it looks like. Great level design, atmosphere was top tier, the middle of the game. It gets a little worse, but not that much. The second set of levels, you are in an oil rig, kind of boring of a level, I have to say, but it's not that bad. It's still more interesting than the stuff that you would see in Tomb Raider 1, in my opinion. The third set of levels, it's very infamous. I heard a lot of people complain about this part of the game, but you won't hear me complain about it. Maria Doria, sunken ship that you have to explore, so it's an entire section of 3 or 4 levels that are underwater. This was amazing. A lot of people complain that it's very repetitive. I don't agree. I think there's a bit more variety compared to Tomb Raider 1 levels, but aside from that, it does get a bit tiring. These levels make up for it with the incredible atmosphere and they look fucking beautiful. Every area where you can see the water surrounding you, and you can see all the ship cabins upside down. When you go inside that room where you can see the tables and the chairs bolted on the ceiling, that's like when you play Majora's Mask and you go to the Stone Tower temple and you flip the thing upside down. The Tibet levels are also fucking awesome. A snowy mountain, and then you get to visit a temple of monks, Xian, I think it's called. My only complaint about these levels is that when you are forced to use the jeep, it's very annoying to use. I don't like that there's that puzzle where you need to drive the jeep into that lake. I don't think that's very fair to expect the player to know that they can do that. I thought that if I fell into the lake with the jeep, I would die. But apparently no, I would have never expected that. Once you get past the monastery level and you get inside the temple of Xian, that level is amazing. The ambient track used in that level is so fucking creepy and alien. Fucking awesome. That level is so fucking long and complicated, but not in a very frustrating way. It's like a final test of everything you learned throughout the game. It was so fucking worth it to get past all the other levels just to get to this point. And then when you get to the floating islands, that is the second coolest level. I think Atlantis in the first game is a bit better. You're exploring this floating island with completely fucked up physics. There's water inside, fire, nothing makes sense. It's completely alien. The game ends after you destroy the final boss, the dragon boss. You get one extra level before you finish the game. You get to return to Lara's home, and it's nighttime, and you have to defend your home from the guys that worked for Bartoli. Definitely an amazing ending to this game. I have to say, this game is A tier for me. It's so fucking good. I really liked this game. I think I liked this game even better than Tomb Raider 1 because there was so much more variety to the levels. I was never bored like I was with Tomb Raider 1 at times. One last thing I have to address. A lot of people say that this game is annoying because there's a lot of human enemies shooting at you, and I guess they made it like this because they wanted you to have a bit more action in the game. Maybe they wanted to boost the sales of the game by having a bit more action. It is a bit annoying that you get constant battles with a bunch of gunmen. Every time you explore in this game, every 5 minutes you have a big shootout, but I don't think it's game breaking. It's definitely a flaw. I did not like it, especially in some of the levels in the Maria Doria. And also the gun enemies, they are not that bad. All you need to do is just shoot and do acrobatics while you shoot, and they will never eat you. Tomb Raider 2, great game. A tier. Definitely an amazing game. I fucking loved it. Oh boy, the time has come. Tomb Raider 3. Oh, fuck! I think this might be my least favorite of the games. The game I hated the most. Oh my god. I think this game starts very strong. The first few levels are amazing. The new Croft Manor is even better than the Tomb Raider 2 one, although I kinda liked the Edge Maze a bit more compared to the track for the quad bike. I remember when I played the Tomb Raider 3, I spent the entire time just exploring the Croft Manor. It's so fucking good. I think I only found the secrets of the Croft Manor when I was doing this playthrough, because I was surprised. There's a lot of secrets in the Croft Manor in this game. Great tutorial level. The first set of real levels is India levels. It's like a jungle. They are challenging, but they are also quite fair. I never thought they were insanely hard. In Tomb Raider 3, they started making the levels much bigger. In Tomb Raider 1 and 2, the levels were quite straightforward, but in Tomb Raider 3, the levels are insanely huge. You don't have to take a set path to complete the levels. There's 2 or 3 paths you can take to finish a level. It's much more of an open game. This is a good thing, but I think it's also a flaw. After you're done with the India levels, you can choose your next level. You don't have to play the game in a set order. My order was Nevada, London, and South Pacific. If you choose the London levels first, God have mercy on your soul. The Nevada levels are really good. They are not that difficult and they are very interesting. I like the part where you are visiting the desert. It felt like I was playing Red Dead Redemption, the first game. When you get to Area 52, that level is also really cool. A bit of a Metal Gear level, you have to sneak around a little bit. Although it's really not in depth at all, you can't do any stealth kills or anything. The only thing that changes is that you can sneak around a little bit because the enemies don't spot you immediately in this game. The enemies, you can go past them if you want. I especially loved that part where you go inside the laboratory and you see those aliens sleeping on the operation table. When I saw that, I was like, oh my god, that shit is so fucking cool. Taken straight from Resident Evil 4. I remembered the regenerators on the table in that laboratory in the island. After you get past this point, every fucking level becomes a fucking nightmare. Oh my god. Oh. It feels like when they designed this game, they wanted to make every level more difficult than Tomb Raider 2, and they wanted to make the levels so fucking difficult that they stopped being fun. They are no longer fair, they are so fucking annoying. Every level contains some stupid bullshit that you are never going to figure out if you don't use a walkthrough. I will talk about every level that I played, and I will say what I did not like about them, and there's a lot to say. So, the second set of levels I played is the London levels. One thing I have to praise these levels for, they look fucking beautiful and the atmosphere is great. The first level is called Thames Wharf. It's very challenging and sometimes it's a bit difficult, but it's not that bad. I would say the only part that is really stupid is at the very end of the level, climbing a building or something. In order to progress, you need to climb a wall full of spikes and walk slowly, otherwise you will die, because the spikes kill you. I have no idea how we were supposed to figure that out. In this level, it's very difficult to figure out where you can go and not go. And when you see spikes on that wall, the spikes in this level, they are not spikes, I think they are barbed wire. When you see that wall full of barbed wire, obviously you are thinking, that's not where I need to go. No, you have to go there. You have to climb that wall, and then you need to start going really slowly, otherwise the barbed wire will kill you. I can see that going slowly on top of spikes would not kill you, because if you don't touch the spikes, they should not hurt you. But those are not spikes. You should get hurt anyway, even if you walk slowly. The next level... Oh boy. Oh. I get so fucking pissed just thinking about it. Old Wick. It's a level that you are in an abandoned subway. The atmosphere is amazing, but this level is a complete mess. When you start the level, it's very difficult to tell where you need to go, because every fucking area looks almost the same. The first half of this level, you just spend wandering around trying to map out the area, because everything looks the fucking same. And once you're done with that, you start to see a lot of bullshit. There's a part where you go inside the tunnels, and there's some trains that will come and kill you if you go into the wrong tunnel. However, there is one tunnel where you need to go. And this is really unfair. If you see the trains killing you, obviously as a player you're going to think, okay, so the tunnels are all death traps, right? I need to avoid the tunnels. No, there's a tunnel you need to go. Once you go inside the tunnel that you need to go, you get inside a room where you do one of those switch puzzles, and that puzzle is so fucking annoying. You press a switch, it opens a set of doors, then you press another switch and it opens another set of doors, but it closes another door, and then you need to start pressing switches randomly until you open all the doors that you need to open, while leaving closed the doors that you don't need. This puzzle is garbage. There was a very similar puzzle to this in the Tomb Raider 2 expansion pack, but was much better. And do you know why? Because in that level you were inside a cage. So when you pressed a switch, you were always able to see what door opened and what door closed. In the Tomb Raider 3 level, Old Wick, you're inside an area full of walls. When you press a switch, you don't even know what the fuck opened, because you cannot see through walls. It took me so much time to get through this area. Once I did, to get past this area, I followed the walkthrough, because I was like, fuck this, I'm tired. This was the start of me starting to abuse walkthroughs. because this shit is so fucking annoying. Then you get inside an area that is like a little museum inside the subway. Guess what they did in this room? Invisible fucking walls. How would you know about that? And you need to get inside this invisible wall to find the item you need to progress. I think you're supposed to know that you can go through that wall, because that wall looks like a tapestry. You're supposed to think, oh, look, it's like a tent. Maybe I can go through the tent, even though it looks like a fucking solid wall. After you're done with that area, you have the most infamous puzzle in this entire franchise. I think people had fucking nightmares about this. Oh my god. While you're exploring Oldwick, at some point you will hit a switch that restores power to somewhere, you don't know where, but you press that switch, it turns on the lights in the level, and when you do that, one of the machines in the level will drop a coin. I was lucky that I saw that coin immediately. But if you don't know about that, good fucking luck. I have no idea how you will figure that out. That is a team in this game. You need to be psychic to figure shit out in this game. Once you get that coin, you need to figure out where to use that coin, right? At the very start of the level, there's 4 booths that you cannot interact with. Except, there is one you can interact with. And it looks the exact same as all the other ones. I'm not even going to defend this. This is absolutely bullshit. How would you know about this? You go near one of these booths, they look like just a wall decoration. Obviously, once you see that you cannot interact with them, you will stop trying to interact with them, right? Well, how fucking stupid of you. Why would you do that? You need to examine each and every one of them, because there is one that you can interact with. Fuck off. Fuck this garbage. That puzzle is so fucking stupid. There is this random booth where you can put the coin in and it will give you a ticket. And once you have the ticket, you can open the next area. Every time you want to go to that fucking area, you need to do so much fucking backtracking. Good thing they added the run function in this game, otherwise I would have gone insane. They should have put some more shortcuts in this level. The bullshit is not over though. Once you open the next area, you would think the level is almost over, right? No, it's not. Oh, you fucking stupid moron, why would you think that? So what you need to do now is go back to that museum area that you saw at the beginning of the level. You need to find that invisible wall, and near that invisible wall there's a mallet. And you need to use the mallet to open a door that is locked. Why would you need a mallet to open a door? How in the fuck does that make any sense? Oh my god. Oh. Yeah, by the end of this level I was like, fuck this shit, I'm out. The next level is Lad's Gate. This is another very infamous level. At the end of this level, there's a giant underwater maze. There's a buttload of tunnels that look exactly the same. The only hint you get a little bit is that some tunnels like are a different color. Red tunnel, blue tunnel, purple tunnel. Constantly go underwater, explore the tunnels, press switches, see what opens, and then go back for air, go inside the tunnels again, and it's so fucking tiring. If you want to have a fucking water level, why don't you give me something to breathe underwater? I spent 30 minutes in this area and it took so long because you have to constantly waste your time resurfacing for air. Oh my god, can you imagine doing the water temple in Ocarina of Time and you did not have the Zora tunic to breathe underwater? Yeah, that would be annoying, right? The only reason I did not find this level as bad as Oldwick is because Saber Interactive are amazing. They added a photo mode that allows you to scout the levels, take the camera where you want and see everything. So thanks to the photo mode, I did not find this level that bad. Without the photo mode, you would have to swim around and figure out where you need to go, and then you need to resurface every 2 fucking seconds to get air. The final level of London, you need to fight a lady that is a ripoff of Natala from Tomb Raider 1. Very original, guys. You can shoot an electric thingy, and that will fry her and kill her. Now, this electric panel looks exactly the same as all the other decorations in the level, so I have no idea how you would figure that out. The South Pacific levels, and okay, these levels, they are not as bad as London. I think the first level is pretty good. The only thing that pissed me off, it's a level called Madubu Gorge. It's a giant level with a giant river in it. And what you need to do in this level, you need to pick a kayak to get to the end of the level. And this level is so fucking annoying, because this is so fucking huge. There's so many useless dead ends that take you nowhere, and I got stuck, got soft locked one time because I did not know that you can use the kayak to swim upwards a river. I was like, what the fuck? What? Oh my god, what sense does that make? And then I googled it, and apparently you can go upwards with a kayak in real life, but you never see anyone do it because it's one of the most difficult things in the world. You need to be a giant muscular guy to be able to do that. You need so much strength in your arms to do that. That shit pissed me the fuck off. The rest of the levels, they were not that bad. I still did not think they were amazing or anything, but they were not that bad. This game is exhausting to play. If the final set of levels in this game was amazing, I would have liked the game more. Unfortunately, the final levels are also very annoying. The final set of levels is in Antarctica, just like Resident Evil Code Veronica. These levels, they are very annoying. When you go underwater in these levels, you also get, in addition to the breath meter, the freeze meter. And if you stay too much into the water, you will die because of deep frost or something. This is very realistic, but it makes this level so fucking annoying to play. The first level in this set of levels, it's not that bad, but there's a puzzle where you need to turn some valves. The solution to this puzzle, it's written on a wall in a completely different room. Why would you think about looking in a different room for the solution of the puzzle? This is the first time in these games where there's something written on the wall that is helpful. In every other level in these games, there is nothing useful written on the walls. Most of the time it's just decorations. How was I supposed to figure that out? Oh my god, the more I talk about this game, the more I get pissed. I remember that in the South Pacific levels, there is a part where you need to figure out that in order to avoid the piranhas in a lake, you need to shoot the corpse of a raptor on top of a tree. How would you figure that out? You have never been able to use your guns to solve puzzles. Now you're telling me I need to shoot the fucking raptor with my gun? Which, by the way, looks the exact same as the other raptors in the level. I remember that level with the fucking plane. There's a room where you need to go through a tunnel and you need to solve a little switch puzzle to be able to go through the tunnel and climb on top of the plane. I could not even do that because for some reason my game glitched and the switch I needed to press was blocked by a gate that was not supposed to be there. But fortunately, I found out that the whole area with the tunnel and the switch puzzle is a complete fucking waste of time, because you can just climb the plane from the side, and you could not tell because the fucking terrain is so fucking uneven that it's impossible to tell. And then you need to figure out that you need to shoot some walls using a fucking grenade launcher. These games never had destructible environments. How would I have known that? Oh my god. Okay, South Pacific tangent aside, it's time to talk about the final few levels in Antarctica. After you're done with that valve puzzle, there's 2 more levels. The Lost City of Tinos, I think it's called, the final level. This level is complete garbage. I have no idea what the fuck they were smoking. It's just another ruin. There's nothing special about it. It's already losing points because it's not unique. It's full of infinitely respawning enemies. There's a wasp enemy. If you play the Metroid Prime, do you remember the fucking war wasps? The same enemy. They don't do anything. They don't even deal any damage to you. all they fucking do is annoy you and they respawn from the entire start of the level to the end. This level made me go fucking insane, because I could not focus on finishing the puzzles or do anything. By the end of this level, I was crying out for mercy. At the start of this level, by the way, there's a puzzle that makes no fucking sense, with 3 switches on top of a door, and apparently you need to go in order by food chain or something. That makes no sense, because I remember that while I was playing the level, I pressed the buttons in one order that did not really equate to the food chain at all. Bird eats fish, fish eats algae, and then it was something stupid, tree eats human. I don't remember the puzzle, but I do know that it was completely nonsensical. Nothing in the game tells you that you need to go by order of the food chain. I had to figure that out by looking up the walkthrough. In the level before, there was an hint for the valve puzzle on the wall, so I was looking the entire level. There's nothing, you're just supposed to know. The final boss of this game is also the only final boss that is difficult, but not in a fun way. You need to play by his rules. If you don't play by his rules, he just one-shots you. Run around an arena, you need to pick up some items, and once you get all the items, you can kill him. If you get too far away from him, he charges a death blast and he kills you instantly. You cannot even avoid the blast. You need to stun the boss, and then you can go for the fucking item. However, you need to be quick, because if he wakes up, he will kill you. It's so fucking draining. I was fucking done. And I remember when I got to the very end of the game, there's a part where there's a chopper that gets down and there's an iron gate that is closed. And because the game had conditioned me so much to expect bullshit, I thought I needed to climb the mountains near the gate to get past the gate or something, to get inside where the chopper is. No, turns out the gate just opens after a few minutes. Yeah, this game is just not it. I don't like it, I'm sorry. All the levels look amazing in this game, by the way. I think this is the game with the most beautiful looking levels. I had to think really hard on where to place this game. I did not want to put it into the D tier, because I don't think it's that bad. But I also don't think it deserves a C tier. So what I did is I created a new tier. C-. Yeah, this is where I will place this game. C-. Maybe on replays it will get better, because you might be able to get past the bullshit easier. But I'm judging this on a first playthrough basis, and I don't like this game. Fuck this game, it's so fucking annoying. Ugh. When I got to Tomb Raider 4, I was very scared, because I heard people on the internet say that it's worse than Tomb Raider 3, even more bullshit, and I have to say, what the fuck are you guys smoking? Tomb Raider 4, the first game that I think is deserving of the S tier. This game is the best one. Tomb Raider 4 is peak cinema. It's no longer a game where you go through levels. It's more of an open world game where you need to find a key in one area and then you need to backtrack to another area to open that new area. So it's a bit more like a Resident Evil game or a Metroidvania game, I would say. Every level in this game looks so fucking beautiful. It's really huge, massive, and the scale of the levels in this game, it really surprised me. It felt like core design were showing off when they were making this game. Look at how good we got at making levels, because this game looks beautiful. I think that this game is less frustrating because it's not a level-based game. All I needed to do in most of the levels is just explore the entire area, and then eventually I started to figure out the puzzle pieces. This goes there, this goes there. It reminded me of those point-and-click games like Monkey Island. It's very open. I really loved it. And another reason why I think this game is amazing is because this game takes place entirely in Egypt. Yeah, see? She's exploring a pyramid or something in the cover of the game. And you would think, because of that, this game would suffer the same issue from Tomb Raider 1, where the levels are really repetitive. No, somehow the developers made every level extremely unique. And you don't even suffer from repetition like Tomb Raider 1, because you go inside a tomb, you finish exploring that tomb, And then there's a little level between the previous tomb and the next tomb. You have these greater levels in between. You finish the Tomb of Set, and then you have a level where you are in the desert driving a jeep, and then you go to the next tomb. So you have a lot of variety, just like Tomb Raider 2, and you also keep the isolation feel of Tomb Raider 1. So the best thing from both worlds. This game was the first one to use an entirely new ambient soundtrack. The first 3 games added the new ambient tracks, but they also reused a bunch of tracks from 1 and 2. Especially Tomb Raider 3, I think, had no unique tracks. In Tomb Raider 4, every ambient track is new and unique. The ambience in this game is so fucking creepy. I loved it. As an horror game fan, this game was fucking amazing. It had some amazing atmosphere. When I played this game, I was so fucking scared that I would not like it, because I heard people say that it's even worse than Tomb Raider 3, and I have no idea why people say that. I never got stuck in a puzzle like I did in Tomb Raider 3 in this game. And even when I got stuck on a puzzle, it felt like it was my fault. This game has also got the best storyline out of all the games. I was very intrigued by what was going on with Von Croy and all that stuff. Saber did an amazing job remastering. All the levels contain so much 3D assets. S tier. No other word to describe this game. One last game in the old engine, the last game that was made in the PlayStation 1 engine by Core Design. It's called Tomb Raider Chronicles, and this is the game that I played when I was a teenager. I think I was 12, 13, 14. The only game that I managed to finish when I was a teen. This game is really easy. Tomb Raider Chronicles was made because Eidos wanted a Tomb Raider game every year. Core Design was very burned out on the old Tomb Raider thing. They really did not want to make any more games. They even killed Lara in Tomb Raider 4. So because of that, Tomb Raider Chronicles is a bit uninspired. The level design is a fucking joke in this game. It's really fucking easy. Even more than Tomb Raider 1. However, I think this is also something good. It means that this game is the perfect introduction to the classic series if you are a newcomer. Tomb Raider Chronicles is a prequel, by the way. I think the final few levels are quite challenging. I saw a lot of people place this game in F tier or something. They say it's garbage. It's not. It's really not. I would say it's a C tier. Yeah, I even think it's better than Tomb Raider 3. At least this game does not piss me the fuck off. A fine game. It's not going to blow your socks off or anything. It's a collection of adventures from Lara's past, so every level is very unique. So that is a very good advantage of this game. The first set of levels is in Rome, and these levels, they look fucking beautiful. They are very simple, don't get me wrong, but they look beautiful and they have got amazing atmosphere. I fucking love that ambient track with the bells and shit. That is my jam. Especially because when I was a kid, I lived in an house that was right next to a church. The second set of levels is also very unique. It's very similar to the Area 52 level from Tomb Raider 3. You go inside a submarine, it starts to fall down in the depths of the ocean, and you need to escape the submarine while everything is getting destroyed. You need to avoid electrical traps and shit. It's very unique. The third set of levels, an horror set of levels, stuck on an island full of demons, and you don't have any weapons. You need to avoid the enemies using your wits. Although I think I remembered those levels being better than they are. I remember when I was a teen, I played the Ireland levels, the horror levels, and I remembered them being insanely scary. That just tells you guys how much of a fucking pussy I was. Aside from the levels being scary, they have some really cool atmosphere and also a lot of gruesome scenes. Like that scene where the demons eat the water egg monster, that shit was fucking nightmare fuel. These levels suffer the most from the simple level design. I would have loved to see more of these levels. The final set of levels in Tomb Raider Chronicles is the Von Croy Industries, a Metal Gear Solid level where you need to sneak around, and sometimes you lose your gun and then you need to go and do stealth kills using chloroform and shit. It's really fucking cool. It's another really cool final level. In the original version of the game, I remember that people did not like these levels because they were very glitchy. However, in the remaster, I think they might have fixed the glitches, because I did not really see any glitches this time. Considering that they fixed the levels, I think that now they are completely fine. These are definitely the hardest levels in Tomb Raider Chronicles. They are not that bad, you can still finish them. I think they are still easier than the other games, the final levels in the other games. It's a C tier. It's not a Superman 64 situation. If you put this game in F tier in your tier list, I will never take you seriously. Tomb Raider, Angel of Darkness. Not as bad as people say, however, I have a feeling that I was lucky. Apparently in the remastered, they fixed a lot of glitches. And also in the remaster they restored a lot of cut content from the game. There's many more voice lines where Lara explains you what things to do to make the story make more sense. They restored some tutorials. It's still not amazing. The controls are much better in the remaster. I heard people say that in the original version the controls were a fucking nightmare. It still does not control as good as the first 5 games, but it's not insanely bad. The first few levels are quite interesting. I did like the whole escape from the police level, go around, investigate shit. I think that was kinda interesting, although you can really tell that this game is unfinished because the AI for the cops was completely garbage. There's a guy that throws a smoke grenade, and instead of hitting Lara, he hits a wall and causes his comrades to get smoke in the face instead. They cannot even follow you up the staircase sometimes. So the cop section was kinda stupid. But it was still really cool. The whole part where you investigate was pretty interesting. However, I would say that after that, the locations that you explore in this game, they are kinda boring, I have to say. Everything looks kinda whatever. Even with the remastered graphics, everything just looks very unfinished. The best level is probably going to be the All of Seasons, even though I did not really like the gimmick of having to choose the correct lever, otherwise you fall down into the lower levels. That shit was kinda annoying. Every other level feels like it's either unfinished or very undeveloped. I have to give props to the Louvre levels. Those were definitely very cool. And I did like how you could do some sneaking around. It reminded me a lot of the first level of Uncharted 2. I think every other level is very uninspired. When you get to the final set of levels, it does not even feel like a fucking Tomb Raider game anymore. It felt like inside a greenhouse, and then you go inside a madhouse where they experiment on people and shit. It felt like something you would see in a very crappy clone of Resident Evil. They were kind of boring. Especially because you are forced to play as Curtis. It's so fucking weird, because they make you play as this guy, and after you finish playing as him, he dies immediately. What was the fucking point? If you want to create a new character to be a secondary playable character that helps Lara in her adventures or something, why do you make me play as him and then you kill him immediately? The whole finale was very underwhelming. You can tell that this game was very unfinished. Apparently there were 2 more locations that were supposed to happen. There's only 2 sets of levels, one in Paris and one in Prague. There's supposed to be 5 obscura paintings, but you only really find one, and then you find the last one. Because of the remaster, it's not the worst thing ever now. I would say it's a D rank, however, if you are not playing on the remaster and you play the original version of the game, I will put the original version of the game on the F tier. I watched some videos of the original version and that shit is garbage. We are done with the fucking tier list. I really like these games. I think my favorite out of all of these is Tomb Raider 4. And I am glad that I got the discs for this. I will treasure these discs always. Especially now that Aspyr completely destroyed the games. They might fuck up Tomb Raider 4, 5 and 6 later down the road. You guys did an amazing job, Saber. In the future, I think you heard, guys, that I won't do playthroughs anymore. I will focus on edited videos, and my next video is going to be a compilation of my Minecraft adventure map that I did with Ant-Man a few years ago. Legend of Zelda Blood Moon is an adventure map we did on my Zelda map on Minecraft. I hope you will find that interesting. And after that is done, I think I will focus on doing some videos talking about my favorite gaming memories and talking about shit I remember from my childhood. The future of this channel is going to be edited content. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know in the comments if you agree with my ranking or if you would rank them differently or something. And I will see you guys for my next adventure, whatever that is going to be. Please comment, rate, subscribe. And also follow me on Twitter, because I am on Twitter now. And I will see you guys next time. Goodbye, my friends.